Hello, collectors, history buffs, and curious minds. Welcome back to Old Charles. Today, we're diving into one of the most politically charged and fascinating coins of the modern era. It's a tiny piece of metal, smaller than a US dime, that tells a story of revolution, a fallen dictatorship, and a nation's rebirth. This is the story of the 1986 Philippines 25 centimos. You might be looking at this and thinking, it's just a quarter of a peso. What's the big deal? Well, my friends, context is everything. To understand why this coin is so special, we have to go back to a pivotal moment in Philippine history. For 20 years, the Philippines was under the rule of Ferdinand Marcos. After being elected in 1965, he declared martial law in 1972, ushering in a period of authoritarian rule marked by corruption, cronyism, and human rights abuses. The economy suffered, and the nation's debt skyrocketed. During this time, the coinage of the Philippines featured the national hero, Jose Rizal, and the iconic Bangkong paper boat design on the reverse. Coins were minted regularly, bearing the mark of the Central Bank of the Philippines. But in 1986, everything changed. In February 1986, under immense international and domestic pressure, Marcos called a snap presidential election. He was challenged by Corazon Aquino, the widow of his assassinated political rival, Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr. The election was marred by widespread fraud and violence. Marcos claimed victory, but the people knew the truth. This sparked the now famous People Power Revolution, EDSA Revolution. For 4 days, millions of Filipinos gathered on Epifanio de los Santos Avenue, EDSA, a peaceful, prayerful crowd facing down tanks and soldiers. In a stunning turn of events, the military defected, and on February 25, 1986, Ferdinand Marcos fled the country into exile. When a new government takes power, one of its first acts is to establish its legitimacy. And one of the most powerful symbols of a sovereign state is its currency. The Aquino government moved quickly. They needed coins. But minting entirely new designs takes time, so they did something incredibly pragmatic and historically significant. They used the existing 1986 dated coin blanks and dies that had been prepared under the Marcos administration. Look closely. The obverse, the head side, with Jose Rizal is virtually identical. The reverse, the tail side, still has the Bangkong papal and the denomination. But there is one crucial, monumental difference. Under Marcos, the coins read, Central Bank of the Philippines, but on this coin, issued by the new Aquino government, it reads, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. That's right. They changed the name of the issuing authority from English to Filipino. This was a powerful symbolic act. It was a declaration of a new national identity, a shift away from the old regime, and a reclamation of Filipino sovereignty. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, was established as a new, independent institution under the new 1987 Constitution. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the specifics of this coin composition? ***. It's made of aluminum bronze, weight ***, a mere 2.0 grams, diameter ***, 16.0 millimeters. Its tiny edge ***, it has a plain edge, mint ***, while not mint marked. It was almost certainly struck at the security printing plant in Quezon City, which was, and still is, the sole mint of the Philippines. Now, here's a critical point for collectors. The 1986 25 centimos with Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is not a rare coin in circulated condition. Millions were minted to get the economy moving under the new government. You can find them in junk bins for a few cents. However, its value lies in its historical significance. It is a tangible piece of the People Power Revolution. It's a pocket-sized artifact of democracy, but wait, there's a twist. The story doesn't end with the Bangko Sentral coins. Remember, the Marcos government had also prepared 1986 dated coins. When Marcos fled, a small quantity of these old design coins, still bearing Central Bank of the Philippines, were taken with him or released into the wild. The 1986 25 centimos with *** Central Bank of the Philippines *** is extremely rare. It is one of the great rarities of modern Philippine numismatics. These are the true escape coins, the last relics of the Marcos regime, while a common Banco Central version might be worth $0.25 to $1 in circulated condition. A genuine central bank 1986 25 Sentimos in mint condition can be worth thousands of dollars, if you can even find one. They are highly sought after by specialist collectors and are frequently counterfeited, so authentication is an absolute must. So, for the common 1986 25 Sentimos, the Banco Central version, here's a realistic value breakdown: face value to about $0.10, $0.25. It's a pocket piece of history. In perfect, mint state condition, you might be looking at $1 to $3 a professionally graded coin, by NGC or PCGS, in top-tier condition could fetch $5 to $15, primarily for the cost of the grading service and the premium for the pristine holder. Its value isn't metallic or numismatic in the traditional sense of rarity, it's historical and sentimental. It's a coin you buy for the story. The 1986 25 Sentimos is more than just small change. It is a symbol. It represents a peaceful transition of power. It marks the moment a nation stood up and said, enough. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most profound stories are not written in history books alone. They are stamped into the metal we carry in our pockets. It is a democratic relic, a tiny ambassador from a 4-day revolution that changed a nation forever. So, next time you're looking through a bag of world coins, keep an eye out for this little guy. When you find it, you won't just be holding 25 Sentimos. You'll be holding a piece of history, the age of revolutions, the American Revolution, 1776, and French Revolution, 1789, introduced new ideas of popular sovereignty and human rights. The Industrial Revolution beginning in Britain, it transitioned economies from agrarian to industrial through mechanization, factories, and railways, utterly transforming society. Imperialism industrialized nations engaged in a scramble to colonize Africa and Asia. World War I, 1914 to 1918, the first total war. Devastating Europe and ending several great empires. The interwar period, the Great Depression and the rise of totalitarian ideologies, fascism in Italy, Nazism in Germany, and militarism in Japan. World War II, 1939 to 1945, the deadliest conflict in human history, featuring the Holocaust and culminating in the use of atomic weapons, the world we live in today. The Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension and nuclear arms race between the two superpowers, the United States, and its allies, and the Soviet Union, and its allies. This included proxy wars like the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Decolonization, the dismantling of European empires and the birth of dozens of new independent nations in Asia and Africa. The digital revolution, the invention of the personal computer and the internet, transforming communication, commerce, and daily life. Globalization, the accelerating interconnection of economies and cultures across the planet. 21st century challenges, the post-9/11 world, the 2008 financial crisis, climate change, and the ongoing impact of artificial intelligence and social media. Coin condition is graded on a standardized 70-point scale, originally developed by Dr. William Sheldon in 1949. The scale is divided into several major categories. Only the slightest trace of wear on the very highest points. Still has most of its original mint luster, the shine from the minting process, in protected areas. AU stands for, about uncirculated. A 1986 25 Sentimos with a sharp, detailed portrait, but the very highest point of Risol's cheek might show a slight dullness. This is the highest grade a circulated coin can achieve. For modern coins, high-grade, pristine examples are much harder to find than worn, circulated ones. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for quality.